welcome to another edition of IQ. The Inside Queensland team will bring you a story on the new look inside the Gold Tower,
the new look corporate uniform,
the new Garden City Shopping Centre in DSO,
and a day in the life of a fire inspector.
The winner of the Beyond 2000 Science Award. But first, meet our new branch manager.
Hi, I'm Phil Twyman, and it's nice to be back here in Queensland branch again. It's almost 15 years since I first came here as superannuation manager, and those were some of the happiest years of my life. Since that time, I've been superannuation manager in New Zealand and in Sydney, and then more recently I was deputy manager in Sydney. Some of you might know that Sydney is our largest branch. We have about 1,000 agents and about 1,000 staff there, and that compares with about 600 here in Queensland. Since coming back, I've spent time renewing friendships and having a look at the way we do business here. I've been very impressed with what I've found. We certainly have grown a long way since I was here 15 years ago. It would be presumptuous of me to rush in and want to change a whole lot of things, but I can foreshadow a few things that we'll be looking at closely next year. First of all, we'll be looking at continuing the growth that we've had in the past. We need to do that because our market share here is still a little behind the Australian average for AMP. Secondly, we'll need to look at service. Our reputation was built on service, and without good service, we'll lose customers, particularly with all the new competitors that we have. And thirdly, and regrettably, we need to look at costs. If our costs are too high, our premium rates will be too high, and we'll start to lose customers and lose share. In the meantime, I look forward to meeting you. That will probably be when I come to one of your departments, or if I see you at one of the Christmas functions. It's been very nice talking to you today.
Mr. Twyman is not the only new member of the management team. Mr. Ian Milne, Manager Individual Insurance and Corporate Services, Tony Rickard, Sales Manager, and Kathy Singer, Personnel Manager. All joined Queensland branch recently and talked to Michelle about their moves and their views.
Well, hello and welcome. I hope it's not too late to give you all a very warm welcome to Queensland branch and to Brisbane. Perhaps you'd like to start off this morning and to tell us a little bit about yourself.
In the last 2.5 years, I have been in head office, but I really do think of myself as a branch person. In fact, I started in a small regional office in Timaru. For those who don't know where Timaru is, it is halfway down the South Island of New Zealand. Now, with a population of 30,000, you could really say I'm a country person, not a big city person. In the 25 years with the Society, I've spent 17 of those in branches.
Kathy?
My whole time with AMP has been spent in Sydney, the earlier years in New South Wales branch, and the last 4 in head office of AMP.
And Tony?
Thanks, Michelle. It's great to be back in this marvellous city of Brisbane. I've just come from South Australia branch as a sales manager there, and I'm privileged to be back in Brisbane. It's a great place.
Great. And Tony, where do you see us heading in 1987?
Well, I've got a big problem because this branch is considered #1 branch in the Society for this year, and my role is to maintain that performance next year with a 30% increase alone in individual business. That's going to present Ian as the area with a problem of processing the business. And of course, we'll be increasing our staff numbers by 24 next year to cope with the extra demand, and that presents Kathy with a problem for her area. So, I hope you can handle that, Ian.
Well, like you, Tony, we'll have to put on some extra staff within the individual insurance area, and also in other areas to support that flood of new business. And when you say that Kathy has to put on 24 people, in terms of the branch, we have to put on probably around about 50.
After 43 years with AMP, Tom Roberts was bid a very happy retirement from the staff at a function in the Blue Tower. Royce Perkins spoke to him about his plans.
Mr. Tom Roberts joined AMP in January 1944 in a processing department. He later took canvassing leave and spent 14 years as an agency manager. He was appointed personnel manager in Queensland in 1978.
It's a long time. What's it been like?
Looking back on it, certainly doesn't appear to me to be 43 years. It seems to have just happened so quickly. But it's been a wonderful experience, and I couldn't have worked for a better organisation.
I guess in all of that time there must have been some funny things happen to you.
Yes, some of which could be talked about now and some which couldn't, Royce. I think probably one of the funniest things has been my association in the early days with Bob Brennan, pushing his car up to Wickham Terrace to get it going when he only had a licence for a week or something. And when he went into another place to sell a policy, he didn't, but an hour later he came out with a box full of fruit, which the lady had given to him.
Of course, Tom, in more recent years you've been personnel manager in Queensland, and you've been something of a father figure, I guess a grandfather figure, to hundreds of AMP staff in Queensland. Are there any heartwarming experiences about that?
I think dozens, really. I hope that the staff have felt free and comfortable in coming and talking to me about their futures, their problems, etc., and there's hardly a day goes by that something like that doesn't happen, and I feel satisfied that I've been able to help somebody in their looking forward or their problems or whatever it may be.
Well, there were a lot of people at that farewell party the other day for you, Tom, which shows the high esteem that everybody holds you in. That was a great party, wasn't it?
Well, it certainly was, and stunned me a little because well, I didn't expect something like that to happen.
Scouting's been a part of the whole Roberts family, I guess, for most of the family's life. Tom, how long have you been a scout?
1st of May next will be 50 years.
50 years a scout.
And you've been made honorary life member of the Scout Association in Queensland, and of course you were Chief Commissioner for Scouting for, what, 7 or 8 years?
8 years, yeah.
And the Silver Kangaroo, they pinned on you, didn't they? The Scouting's highest award, and
what
of
the
course...
boys call Skippy.
Skippy. And in 1978, the OBE for services to Scouting. Do you think Scouting has still got something to offer young people in the 80s?
Most definitely, or we wouldn't have as many young people as members as we do. In fact, we've got more than we've had in previous decades. I think that the Scouting has kept up with the times in the programs they make available, which are not for everybody. Some things are for some group of people and others for others. Yeah, so very relevant, and particularly in the time of the community needing community standards, shall I say.
When Mike Amper gets on your tail, you may as well call it a day, as Dennis Beats of Peddlethorpe and Harvey found out.
What's all that banging? My mission was to investigate the loud noises heard throughout the Gold Tower. Someone, somewhere, gave me the name of Dennis Beats. I rang Peddlethorpe and Harvey, who had been rumoured to be deeply involved with the case. They put me onto Peddlethorpe and Harvey Interiors, who said that I should contact Dennis, who was in the Gold Tower. The new renovation colours are bluegrass and Evdyne, with matching screens. The mid-height screens give privacy and also a feel of space. The workstation idea gives people that not crowded feel. I finally found Dennis looking around the 7th floor, and I asked him how much was being spent on making the building look new again.
Well, to date it's approximately $1,927,553.50.
Wow, so little for so many floors. And a great look, too. Dennis, how much work is there in designing renovations for 12 floors?
Well, Mike, for each floor, there's 3 months preparation, right from when we talk to the initial people that are going to live on that floor. We've got to get all of the drawings done, get it back to them for approval. After the 3 months, we're ready to get the contractor in. Then the work probably takes a month after that. So you're looking at 4 months, right from start to finish, for each floor.
Hang on, feller, I'll get that down. Oh, that new office space, and I still don't get none rid of you.
While on the subject of new buildings, AMP has become very involved in the suburb of Mount Gravatt, with the opening of the new section of Garden City and the new DSO. Jenny Cornwell reports.
Garden City has once again become Queensland's largest shopping centre when doors opened on its new extensions on November 24th. The new centre encompasses 80,000 square metres of retail space, 7 major stores and 145 specialty shops. Work on the centre included the addition of 24,000 garden plants, parking for 4,400 vehicles, and an underground mall. Plants ranging from small vines to large palms have been added to the interior and exterior of the complex to reinforce the flora theme associated with Garden City. A tropical rainforest effect has been achieved by using ferns and greenery throughout the shopping areas. The glass-topped atrium panels in the new shopping mall have created greenhouse conditions where the plants will thrive all year round. And about 750 buses will flow into the centre's bus interchange over 6 days each week. Regular lunchtime visitors to Garden City will be the staff at our new Queensland Divisional Sales Office. They will be moving from their current office at South Brisbane to a new site at Mount Gravatt, a stone's throw from Garden City. The new offices will contain facilities to enable the efficient running of weekly Stage 1 training schools, agents' secretaries' seminars, dealers' licensing courses, and courses held by superannuation advisors and sales technical advisors. The new offices will also house our divisional sales managers, fire sales managers, superannuation and sales personnel. Well, with a new look divisional sales office and a new look Garden City, AMP staff will be all smiles at Mount Gravatt.
The new look continues with a great looking designer corporate wardrobe. Here's Leslie Toy.
Staff at Queensland branch can now dress to impress in a range of new Jill Fitzsimon designed uniforms. The corporate uniform combines AMP's established business colours with classic fashion lines to create a unique and professional range of interrelated garments. The women's wardrobe features mix and match coordinates in soft colouring, designed to suit every woman, no matter her age or skin toning. The men's wardrobe emphasises the professional look and incorporates elegant and timeless styles. For ease and greater flexibility, special wardrobe packages have been developed so staff can choose the wardrobe which suits their individual requirements. These packages can still be ordered from Val Bowden. Thanks to the efforts of Val and her team of workers, AMP staff are looking smart in their new corporate wardrobe. But what do some of our staff think about our new look?
Well, I think they're really great. They're much more versatile than the old uniforms and more colourful, and it makes you feel really professional to be wearing them.
Well, I think they're a big improvement on the old ones. They make everybody look and feel a lot more professional, which is what the AMP is trying to portray with its staff.
Well, it's been 7 years now and the new designer uniforms have finally arrived. The blue, grey, white, red. It's a uniform to be proud of. Leslie Toy, IQ.
What does a fire inspector do? We sent Neil Lyle out to Newmarket Sales Centre to spend the day with Doug Bourne.
Fire and General Inspector Doug Bourne, like all other inspectors, spends his day in a support role to agents. He gives specialised advice on commercial liabilities. Doug, who has been with AMP for 20 years and a fire inspector for 4 years, gives technical support and training to agents.
The major role of a fire inspector is the training of reps and the promotion of fire and general products throughout the agency force. You could liken it to technical advisors in the life division who actually go out with the reps into the field and speak to the larger clients and give the technical support that is required.
When a proposal is inspected, Doug and the agent go to the client together, talk over his needs, and then he checks the building for security, fire risks, and storm and tempest risk. With the agent, the fire inspector may suggest additional coverage and some changes to the building, like bars on louvered windows and lifting stock off the floor.
I see their role as being very important. They're there to assist agents like myself, providing technical background. They're experts in their field. Basically, they help us service and attract new commercial clients, and I guess as well to train the new agents at the same time.
Doug doesn't only check to see if the building is falling down, he also checks for hazards, like is there a munitions factory next door? The work of a fire inspector keeps the agent in the field up to date with all fire and general products.
In the last episode of IQ, we promised to bring you up to date with AMP's Beyond 2000 Science Award competition and how Queensland State winner Kieran Matthew made out.
New South Wales schoolboy David Lee is Australia's brightest young inventor. David is the national winner of AMP's Beyond 2000 Science Award. 17-year-old David represented New South Wales in the award. His three-dimensional television was judged as being the most innovative and practical from a selection of outstanding entries. The Minister for Science, the Honourable Barry Jones MP, presented David with his prize during a special Beyond 2000 program dedicated to AMP's Beyond 2000 Science Award. David got his idea after reading a newspaper article on Japanese switched image 3D television. After some research into 3D movies, David learned how to adopt these principles into video. The picture from his television is made from a sandwich effect using both a left vision and a right vision. Special goggles to be worn have a spinning wheel, which means that we see only the left or the right image at any one time, but to our brain this vision is three-dimensional. Kieran Matthew, our state finalist, proudly represented Queensland with his entry, The Roller. Our special thanks go to Kieran and all of the other entrants from Queensland who tried to invent their way to the USA with AMP's Beyond 2000 Science Award. Sit back, sports fans, here's Tangles.
Thanks, Michelle. Today on Sport, we'll give you the latest on the touch rugby, the rugby union's new port, and all the cricket news. But first, with all the touch footy news, here's Philip Charlton.
Thanks, Royce, and welcome to the AMP Touch Footy Report. Tonight we'll report on the 4 men's teams and also the 3 women's teams.
The men's number 1 team, Watson's Wonders, are putting more distance between themselves and the opposition than Snozzle Durante's nose in being first on the points table. The blonde wonder flash, Dennis Perry, in scoring 22 tries, has shown more steps than Arthur Murray's dancing studio. Delightful Doug Kelly is on 16 tries, with Big Alan Watson on 8. Meanwhile, the men's number 2 team is on a bunched-up table. The seconds are equal 4th, but will have to iron out more wrinkles than Ronald Reagan's plastic surgeon to be still in the 4 when it counts. With the mind of BJ Daly calling the shots and the try-scoring skills of Ian Perkins' 7 and Paul Brown's 5, showing more shine than Gary Kiley's shoes, they might just make it. With the mighty Rebels' defence showing more security than the Papal visit, they are currently holding on to equal 3rd on the table on 11 tries and carrying more beef than Andre the Giant is Paul Clift, followed by Dave Thing King and Bernie Balkan on 6. Paul Randall, who is better looking than Sammy Davis Jr. and the runner-up in the Mr Sales pageant, is on 5. The young football warriors, the recruits, are mixing it better than a Kenwood chef, but they may have to wait for next season for semi-final selection. On 2 tries are captain coach John Gregg, Jason Reynolds, super duper Stephen Hooper, Clinton Poore and Duck O'Connor. Young Sticky Hurst, who possesses a sidestep bigger than himself, will be eating pies and drinking soda pop in the off-season to try to bring his weight up to 5 stone so he can hold his half-time cup of water. In the ladies' competition, Coach Smith's Crisp team is currently in 2nd spot on the table, but with the whiz kid Linda Hafner carving the opposition up like a Sunday roast each week, the number 1 spot could be theirs at any time. Linda has 21 tries so far for the season, followed by Louise Atway on 9. The Brett Kenny of touch, Carmel Fithian, is on 7. Lynette Crompton is also in 7. The ladies' number 2 team, John Gregg's Gallant Girls, show more class in his own orientation course to be 4th on the points table. The Gabba Bunny, Gay Truen, has kept her carrot intake up in scoring 25 tries. The Train, Angie Gray, has pumped her legs like pistons to score 13. And the Little General, terrific Teresa Cuss, who is harder to catch than Ronald Biggs, is on 11 tries for the season, with teeth-grinding Sharky Smith showing better defence than the New York Yacht Club. In an amazing turnaround, ladies 3 have hit the straps, with Rosbrook showing more bite than a drover's dog leading the charge. Laying 7th on the table, they may have left their run too late in search of the semi-final treasure.
The Rugby Union Club is planning a big expansion for the 87 season and they want you to be a part of it. They have new and exciting coaching plans, sponsorship and achievement targets for 87 and beyond. McWilliams Wines, a major sponsor, has joined with AMP Rugby and issued a 21st birthday commemorative port which is available at a special pre-Christmas price. The Rugby Club has exciting plans and they want you to be part of it. The cricket club has been having a great season, up to the last match when AMP, leaders of the competition, were beaten by Woodridge. The leading run maker is the captain Alan Watson with 80 runs on the board, but the cricket team assures me that they will take out the Warfield bucket when they meet the New South Wales AMP cricket team on the Australia Day weekend in January. Well, that's it for this edition of IQ Sports. Goodbye, good luck and good sporting.
Well, that's it for another edition of IQ. Be watching in mid-December for the Christmas edition.
Where we'll send Mike Amper searching for the real message of Christmas.
And a final wrap-up on the year. Remember, if you have any ideas or suggestions, send them into the video unit or to Queensland Public Relations.
I'm Peter Nissen.
And I'm Michelle Hutton, and we will see you in mid-December.
Michelle is dressed by Blondie's Boutique, Edward Street, the city.